On Saturday the 8th of August, the Tied Together roadshow rolled into Morecambe Bay for our very first event in the northwest, and what a way to make our debut. Joining us for the day were Real Minds, who had made the journey all the way from South Wales. Their mission? To spread the word about the fantastic work they do to get more people into fishing. We also had the Morecambe Bay sea anglers to thank for helping make the day possible. Matty Preston pointed us towards the perfect venue and then went one step further, rallying members of the club to come along and support the event. The result was a fantastic, accessible stretch of Morecambe Bay with plenty of space for everyone to get involved. And there was plenty to get involved with. Akios were on hand with a huge selection of rods and reels, giving anglers the chance to get their hands on some of their latest tackle and, more importantly, put it through its paces. After the initial meet and greet, plenty of laughs and a few introductions, it wasn't long before curiosity got the better of everyone. Anglers headed down onto the sand, Akios setups in hand, and the casting began. And then it continued. Cast after cast, everyone was putting the tackle through its paces, picking up tips, comparing rods and of course enjoying themselves. But as the tide continued to fall, Morecambe Bay began to reveal what everyone had really come for. The fishing ground was opening up, the tide was dropping away, and slowly but surely everyone started making their way towards the water's edge. Because after all of the talking, casting and catching up, there was only one thing left to do: go fishing.
So we've made it down onto the beach and it's time to start fishing. We've got gorgeous weather conditions today. It's flat calm out there, as you can see. There's a little bit of tide run. The guys are confident of catching a few fish. Let's see how it goes.
Hello, Dave from Real Minds here. First time we've been here. We're here to support the Tide Social. We're here with Akios, Morecambe Bay Sea Anglers, a bunch of others who've come to these socials before and are here for the first time. It's our first time fishing here, so hopefully we do well. We're looking at maybe some flatties and some smooth hounds. But yeah, today's event really is about us trying to promote the work we do, and we've had some great conversations already with people who are looking to do the similar sort of thing up here in the northwest. So hopefully those things work out. We've also been having a go on some rods today. Akios have been very kind and brought a ton of rods, including a few prototypes, one of which Nathan's fishing with now. So he's a prototype rod and reel having a go off, but we've been having a good cast. The team there have been excellent. They've let us have a go on a few of the rods, a few of the Contis, and we've had a blast on the bigger rods. Probably wish I hadn't touched a few of them, but here we go. That'll hurt the bank balance at some point.
So I'm Matty Preston and I'm the chairman of Morecambe Bay Sea Anglers. We're a fun, easygoing club that fish around Morecambe Bay and the surrounding area. We set the club up really because we had a lot of really good local anglers in the community, but we didn't really have a focal point. So we wanted something that was easygoing, that was fun, that would bring the people of Morecambe together. So that's how we started with Morecambe Bay Sea Anglers. We have meets, not matches, so it's very easy going. Usually biggest fish format, but everyone comes along, we all help each other, we have a good time doing it, and it's just a fun, easy going, happy good bunch of people. And yeah, it's been a big success for us. So today we've got the Tied Together competitions guys down and we're doing a social in Morecambe. So we've got the MBSA here. We've been lucky enough to get Akios here. We've got the guys from Real Minds. This is just a fun social day. As you can see, we've been blessed with the weather. It's absolutely fantastic. So we've got down nice and early. People have had a go on rods. They've had a little test of things they wanted to try. We've been able to show them loads of brands from Akios. Everyone's been able to have a good chat, and then we've meandered down and we're down fishing on West End Beach. Hopefully today we'll see plaice, flounders, bass. There's also a chance of smooth hounds and thornback rays. But most of all, we're just going to have a fun social day and hopefully everyone enjoys it.
I'm Simon from Akios. We got asked to come up today to be working with the MBSA, the Morecambe Bay Sea Anglers Association. And obviously we know Steve from Tide, who obviously we knew was going to be here. So we thought it'd be a great opportunity to come up and showcase our gear, new rods, new reels, existing rods and reels, and let the local anglers of the club come and see the gear and have a cast, which they've been doing most of the day. Also meet the guys from Reel Minds, which do an excellent job bringing people into the community of angling who might suffer from anxieties or mental health or whatever like that. So that's really encouraging. So I do think it's a great social event to be involved with from a local club's perspective, Reel Minds, Akios being here showcasing the gear, and Tied Together, who again, you know, promoting all these things and bringing angling community together on a bigger scale, which is fabulous. So the good thing about this is the fact we can expand this around the UK, working with clubs and the community of fishing, sea fishing, Tied Together, who are promoting all this on their platforms, and Akios will support it. You know, wherever we can get to and we can involve ourselves with the angling community and sea fishing, we will do so.
Okay, my name's Kev Warner. Obviously a few people have heard of me through the match circuit and fishing with England in the Masters. Bits and bobs from Leyburn, North Yorkshire, as far away from the sea as you can get, but it doesn't stop me. Obviously a matchman through and through, more than a pleasure angler, but I see Matty Preston had this Akios Reel Minds day on today and wasn't doing nothing. I thought I'd just give him a message late last night and said, is it alright to come across? Had a try out with a few Akios rods up the beach before we come down here, which is good. Not many companies you can do that with this day and age.
My name's Alan. I've travelled down from Newcastle upon Tyne. I normally fish up the west coast of Scotland, but today I've come down to have a meet and greet with everyone, and it's turned out to be a good day. I had TTC competitions just over the winter, and I won Hook de Scourger for the first time entering. Unfortunately I haven't won no big prizes yet, but there's still time. Just currently waiting for the time the flood start coming in. Hopefully the fish will turn on again. One of my friends had a lovely smooth hound first cast as it was dropping, but waiting for it to flood back in now.
Right, I'm Wayne Carson. I was currently at the last TTC social meet in Penzance. Really enjoyed it there with my eldest lad. We was planning on going down to South Wales with the Reel Mind team as well, but unfortunately I become ill with asthma and what have you. Then my eldest lad Theo, he was poorly as well straight after me, so we've missed a few events, but managed to get down here to Morecambe Bay and enjoy this beautiful day with the team and the Akios team as well. So hopefully there's plenty of fish, but other than that we've had a great natter with everyone who's attended.
So I'm Carl and this is my son Lewis, and we do have a YouTube channel ourselves called Dad and Lad Fishing. Dad and Lad Fishing. Likes to finish my sentences. We've been doing that for about just over a year. Just over a year. Lewis has been fishing with me since he was 4 years old. We started a Facebook page mainly because my wife was saying all we see on your Facebook is fish. So I said, okay, we'll start a Facebook page called Dad and Lad. It grew from there. Our friend Jay Pickup said to us we should start YouTube. And I went home to him. And I was like, I can't talk on a camera.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I said, I can't talk on a camera. He went, I'll do it. So I went and spent quite a bit of money on a camera, pointed it at him, and he just froze and went, oh! So it ends up being me doing all the talking like I am now. Yeah, so we enjoy it, don't we? It adds a bit more to our fishing. We get out every week, twice a week if we can, 3 times. We're members of the MBSA, as you can see. We've been members of this club for just over a year.
Yeah, just over a year.
We originally joined because we're friends with Matty. I've known Matty for, I don't know how many years. You used to come out on a boat with Matty, didn't you?
Fishing for cod in the M.B.S.A.
Fishing for cod on a boat in the M.B.S.A. And it's about an hour drive for us up to Morecambe. We live in Liverpool. We mainly fish the River Mersey. But it's worth the drive up because the lads are great. They're from all walks of life, and we come together and it's like we're as one. It's like another family, innit?
Yeah.
Well, we say that about Akios as well because we're also part of the Akios Alliance. We call that our fishing family. Simon, the owner, you'll know, you've seen him online many times. He is, to us,
Uncle Akios.
Uncle Akios. So it's our fishing family along with the MBSA. It's great. We enjoy it. Today I'm hoping for the place. You're fishing for the hounds, aren't you?
Hounds, place.
Yeah, you're just fishing whatever.
Whatever takes me bait.
So we haven't had a bite yet, but we'll keep going. We've still got about 3 hours fishing.
Yeah.
So plenty of time to get one.
If ever there was any doubt about why these events are so important, Frederick bravely shared his personal story with us on camera. Hearing him open up was a genuinely moving moment, and one that made us all stop, listen, and appreciate just how much these events can mean to someone.
My name's Frederick Dowdall and I've come from Liverpool today with a friend who does really hoop fishing called Dale. He's a real nice guy, and I'm very proud of myself for coming today because I suffer from anxiety, depression, and I've been suffering for probably since 2018. And I'm so proud of myself, as I say, for coming here today because I've met some really nice people. I've met the Tide Together lads, I've met the guys from, is it Minds, is it? Which deal with stress and anxiety, and what they actually do is a group that was formed around anxiety, depression, and people that have basically just lost faith in themselves as well as myself, and it did. And they're a cracking bunch of lads. I've come to Morecambe today and it's been a really great morning and afternoon's fishing, even though the fishing has been a little bit poor. But I'm so proud of myself and that for coming, and I'd like to say anyone out there that's suffering anxiety, depression and feels like the world's getting a little bit too much, I'd say come and have a go. Come out with the guys, even if you don't want to phone them or you want to message them yourselves. Try one of your family members that could message them, and you might feel better off doing that. I know it's hard, and at the time you're going to feel anxious on that morning, but guys, I'd say to any one of you, just get yourself out there. They're a cracking bunch of lads. You've got the Morecambe Bay fishing lads here today. Everyone's on the same wave length, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And I'd just like to say to anyone, just come along, have a day out, and you'll have some real great fun and you'll meet some real great people. I'll just say thank you.
Everyone was having a great time and the weather really couldn't have been better. But as is often the way when TTC turn up at the beach with the cameras, the fish had seemingly decided to make themselves scarce. Or so we'd thought. We'd heard reports of 2 smoothhounds being caught along with a beautiful place landed by Ezra Ruse. Sadly, we weren't there with the cameras to capture them, but thankfully other anglers were.
What a slam! What a slam!
We've no doubt that place will be a fish Ezra remembers for a long time to come.
Well done, buddy.
And on a day when some much more experienced anglers were struggling, he certainly showed them how it's done in the fish catching department.
Well, mate. Well done, buddy.
That is a monster. That is absolutely awesome, my mate.
For most of the anglers though, the fish had decided not to play ball. Before we knew it, it was time to start making our way back up the beach. It had been a warm one, and as anglers sat in the sunshine swigging bottles of water and chatting about the day, another Tied Together social had come to an end. Before we wrapped things up, Steve had a few things to say about the day.
Well, listen, firstly want to say thank you because these events don't happen without people turning up, and for me it's a perfect example of why these kind of events are so important. Bringing brands, bringing amazing charities, so you know, Akios, Dave from Real Minds, the MBSA team have been amazing, thank you Matty, and just people wanting to turn up to be part of this is really important. It's something that we're going to continue doing a lot more of, so on behalf of all of us that have made the effort to try and make this day great for you. I know the fish didn't turn up. Dave, one of his favourite comments. I think it's something to do with your brand, isn't it, Dave? More to fishing than catching, yeah. But genuinely, thank you all so much for taking part. We intend to continue to do this around the coastlines of the UK for many, many years to come, hopefully. For those of you that have been part of Tide, we hope you continue to enjoy your experience with us, and we are genuinely grateful for you being part of it. So yeah, on behalf of all of us today, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.